welcome to another out-of-season episode of Bottom of the Stream with Adam and Nick. My name is Adam.
My name's Nick. Welcome back and welcome along if it is indeed your first time.
Indeed.
We are here, as we are every Monday, to talk about all the latest news, views,
Reviews.
It's everything that's anything on streaming or movies.
Yes, that's what we do.
Usually, we're also around on a Thursday on
Yep.
our podcast, the Bottom of the Stream Movie Show, to carry on our never-ending quest to find hidden gem movies at the bottom of the Netflix or Amazon Prime stream.
We are usually, but we are out of season.
We are.
We
Finished last week. Season 11.
Season 11 finale was last Thursday.
Yeah.
So this Thursday, we've got a bit of a season 11 recap episode coming out, yeah? Where we will talk about our thoughts and memories of the films from season 11. Maybe give them a bit of comparison to other seasons. And just go through that and see what we thought of the season as a whole.
And we'll also be selecting the first movie from season 12.
We will indeed.
I also, by way of a tease, have prepared a game for you to play.
Nice.
We will play that
in that show
on the Thursday episode.
That's unusual. I like it, but it's unusual.
It may test some of your knowledge of season 11.
Oh dear me.
So.
Okay, I look forward to that.
Okay,
that'd be fun.
Good.
How are you, Nick?
Pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Good. I'm glad you're pretty.
I'm excited to be here.
Me too, as always.
Have you had a good week?
I've had a busy week. I've been to Brighton.
Oh, lovely.
I actually went to Brighton on Monday for one night.
Did you get some rock?
No.
Did you see the sea?
I did see the sea. My hotel room had a sea view.
Lovely.
And was on the front.
Yes.
And it was fucking loud.
Well,
Monday was very windy.
Oh, right, okay.
Monday
I thought you meant there was going to be a load of clubbers.
Itself. Monday was very windy.
Right.
And the sea was very choppy.
Yeah.
I walked into my hotel room, opened the door, went in, couldn't hear myself think.
Really?
So the bathroom window was open.
Yeah.
And it was just howling and wind and rain.
You got to sort that out straight away.
Yeah. So, and I shut the bathroom window. It was one of these big sash windows. And made no difference whatsoever. Because it was still blowing the blind with the window closed. Nice. They need to check their ceiling on their window and seal on their windows. But yeah, it was good. It was exhausting, but it was good fun. So I've done that. That's about it.
Good.
I think.
Nice.
What about you?
I just a pretty standard one. I don't think anything too exciting has happened to me this week.
Good.
On Sunday, which is very rare, there was nothing planned, and
wow, that is rare. For
half of my family didn't even get out of their pajamas.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was one of those people you?
No, I did get dressed.
You did get dressed.
And left the house. So
okay.
At some point. Yeah.
Good. That's good. It's always good to have a lazy day every so often.
Yeah.
We're finally out of January.
Yes.
It's like the longest month in the history of all man.
300th of January.
Yeah, it felt like it some days. It felt like it was never going to end. But now we're in February. Everybody loves February. It's the best month of the year.
I've been looking at summer holidays, so, you know.
I've booked one.
Have you? Well, there you go.
But it's not summer, it's September. I'm going away for a week in September.
Lovely.
So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'll ask you more about that off show.
That's fine. You can.
You never mentioned that the weekend when we saw each other.
I looked at yesterday.
And we were literally saying, I'm looking at some holidays.
No, it was yesterday. We did see each other at the weekend. That was nice. Went out for dinner.
Yeah.
Oh, we've just had a wonderful week.
Fantastic.
And now we're here with our lovely friends on our streaming boat.
Raring to go for
another episode of Bottom of the Stream with Adam and Nick.
Loads of news to go through.
Excellent.
We're going to talk about what's coming to Netflix.
In February. We are.
And as always.
Yep.
Usually.
As usually.
When we remember to do it.
Yep.
We've got a question of the week.
Excellent. We do. We are pretty consistent with question of the week. I don't think we've missed any.
Yeah. So I'm going to hit you with that.
Okay.
It's a very simple one this week.
Okay.
Would you rather have to read aloud every word you read in a book or anything you read, you have to read it aloud, or sing everything you say out loud?
Wow.
So you'd literally been in a musical your whole life.
So I have to sing everything I say?
Yeah.
Or read aloud everything I read?
Yes.
People at work could get very annoying with both of those
Either way, yeah. I think work is a big... yes, this is a big influencer on either of these options.
As is this podcast. because not so much for the reading, but definitely for the singing.
You'd get good at singing, surely, eventually. I'm not. Maybe you're an amazing singer already, but
no.
They say that anyone can learn to sing.
They say that.
If you had to sing every word you said, you would end up being an awesome singer, surely.
Here's a question for you before I answer. Do you think if I sung everything I said, this podcast would still be going?
I mean, it might be more successful.
I think I'm gonna have.
Do you think it would catch as well? Like if you sung you had to sing everything you said. Do you think I would just be swept along and feel like I would have to sing in response?
If it'd be weird.
And lo and behold, we've got the
world's first singing
strangest
podcast.
Musical ever.
I think it'd be weird for you if I sung a question at you and you just answered me speaking.
Yeah,
I think that's weirder. I think you would have to join me in my singing
because you can't change if this is the option you take.
I don't think it is the option I take.
No, I thought it might not be. How much read? If you think about how much stuff do you read?
A lot.
Yeah.
Especially at work.
Yeah. That's anything on a computer screen, your phone, books.
Getting read.
Text messages.
If I read aloud some of the stuff I was sent at work.
Exactly.
I might not have a job anymore.
You'd have to lock your phone up, probably.
Yeah, I would.
All those lads chats you're in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I'm in loads of lad chat. I'm such a lad. I think it has to be that. I think I would annoy people less by doing that than I would by singing at them every time I spoke to them.
Every email you've got to read out
You'd have
loud.
to explain to every person you met as well what you were doing.
I've got this
thing where I have to sing. I've got this thing where I have to sing. I can rhyme. I want to read aloud everything that I read.
Okay.
It's dangerous.
It does feel a bit like, there is an element of danger to it.
There's a bit of playing with fire there.
Well, even when you just look at someone and you might read what's on their T-shirt.
Yeah.
When you're not actively reading, but you are reading.
Yeah.
Like, I look behind you now, I see all your posters. I'm not actively reading them.
That's true.
But I'm reading them.
I can see the rear window
in my brain
behind you now, so I'll just be like, Rhea.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I can't see the window, it's behind your head.
You have boring Tourette's.
It's a hard question, but I don't want to be singing everything I say.
Okay, I think that's an acceptable answer. Although I think the reading everything out loud I think it's worse than it initially sounds.
Yeah, it is, definitely.
The more you think about it, I'm like, I don't fancy that.
It would be like having Tourette's because I could be reading something, we're chatting, and there's something behind you that I'm reading.
Exactly.
I'd just be like, "Ruh."
Road sign when you're driving.
Yeah. You'd be just like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? Yeah, okay. That, but reluctantly.
Cool, let's crack on straight with the news.
Let's do the Netflix news.
News that has broken this very day.
Yes.
Which...
Big news.
Well, yes. I mean...
Rumoured news.
Rumoured news. We were talking about it weeks ago. I mean, Deadline... I've taken this from Deadline, who say Squid Game is returning to Netflix sooner than you might have thought.
Yes.
June the 27th, we'll see the release of the third and final season of the juggernaut that is Squid Game.
So it's not sooner than I thought, because the rumour's been going around for ages that it's going to be June. But
yes, it has.
It's sooner than if you'd have asked me beforehand, I would have said a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good news. It definitely is a season 2, part 1 and 2. I don't know why they built it as season 2 and 3.
Yeah, it's 100%. 100%.
Yeah. I can't wait. I'm genuinely excited to find out how that story ends.
No news on yet how many episodes the finishing season will be. 6 would be my guess. Was it 8?
Yeah.
In season 2? 10 in season 1, I think.
Yeah. I think 6.
Yeah.
With a big finale, 2-hour finale.
Sure. The Squid Game movie to finish it all off.
Yeah.
Before we get David Fincher's rumoured Squid Game.
Well, there's like 4 or 5 Squid Game universe stuff rumoured now, isn't there? Because there's like Squid Game 88 and stuff like that are all rumoured, aren't they?
Yeah. We'll get all of that.
Yeah.
Okay. News this week. I guess proper news that the British government is looking at options for which may include viewers who only watch subscription streaming services like Netflix, like Disney Plus, to contribute a license fee to secure the future of the BBC.
Okay.
Now, obviously, you have to pay a license fee if you watch any live broadcast.
Yes.
People have got to be careful here because Amazon, Netflix, increasingly buying sports, live things means that technically you have to have a license.
Yes.
But this review is looking at many options to look at how they can get the BBC more money. I've got the answer.
Go on.
And just give them adverts. We don't need a license fee.
Disband the BBC?
Just need another...
Yeah.
Just need another channel with adverts.
I agree. The BBC is an outdated institution for me. It doesn't need to be what it is anymore. It's not something the country should be proud of these days.
Who really is going to stand up and go, I really don't want adverts in...
Tories and old people.
So we're going to have a really expensive review into all these options.
Yeah.
And I think then we'll see if the BBC gets adverts.
I don't care.
No, me neither. It's a really weird hill to fight a battle on, if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the world's left that behind.
The license fee is an outdated. The BBC's outdated.
Yeah.
Just give it that. Who cares?
No one's sitting.
There's nothing on the BBC anyway.
Sitting only listening on their wireless. That just has a nothing thing. Right. Let's go back to Netflix and let's talk about something I want to mention later. Actually, in what I've watched this week, is season 2 of The Night Agent.
Okay.
We have first numbers in for this thing already.
Sweet. Because the first season did extraordinarily well.
It did extraordinarily well. The season 1 is currently sitting at number 7 on Netflix's most popular English language TV series of all time.
Yeah.
So it did 98.2 million views in its first 91 days.
Crazy.
Which is the old way of Netflix counting.
Yes.
Before we're doing the averages, which is views divided by the running time.
Yes.
So if you kind of backtrack and apply the new way of counting to those old numbers, then season 1's opening weekend got it 20.6 million views.
Okay.
So that is now the new way of counting. So by comparison, season 2 of The Night Agent in its opening weekend has nailed down 13.9 million views.
Oh, okay. Less.
So a fair drop off, but still not bad. I mean, this show is already commissioned for a 3rd season.
Yes.
Which may be the final one. They've kind of not
said
not really said that. But yeah, that's already in production. But it's not a bad, not bad.
No.
Not a bad debut. It was such a surprise hit, season 1.
Yeah.
That's
why I thought they'd had probably done better, because a lot of people watched it not necessarily in the first weekend a bit.
I don't want to spoil what I say.
I haven't watched it yet, though.
It is quite a different structure to the first season.
Right, okay.
Which we'll go into later. But,
cool.
Yeah, they're not bad numbers.
No, they're not. Any show would be happy with them normally.
But yeah, interesting that. And then I wanted to talk about a record or an exclusive club rather that Back in Action has joined in Netflix.
That's the Cameron Diaz, Jamie Foxx movie.
It is, which I was kind of really not. I wouldn't say slated it last week, but I was just mid, so mid.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah,
it is going to be a masterpiece.
It is one of only 14 movies ever.
Yeah,
Netflix movies to have spent 10 or more consecutive days at number 1 on the Netflix most viewed movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It hit 11 days, which is enough to get it in the list. 14th out of 14.
But it's on the list.
As pretty rarefied air.
Yeah.
And actually, this list does sort of show some quite interesting things in that you have these, like I say, these absolute steamroller movies. But how long are they actually top of the charts for?
Yeah.
Not necessarily that long, because it's just that constant churn, I guess,
there's always stuff
on
coming.
Netflix.
Yeah.
So, Back in Action joins You People, which was the Eddie Murphy Jonah Hill comedy from maybe last year on 11 days consecutively at number 1 in the charts.
Okay.
How many days do you think the number 1 movie on that list was consecutively at the top of the Netflix charts for?
I'm going to have a complete stab in the dark guess because I've got no idea. I'm going to go 21.
You are exactly right.
No way!
21 days.
I genuinely, honestly didn't know
3
that.
weeks.
Is it...
This bodes well for your quiz on Thursday's episodes, by the way.
Is it Army of the Dead?
No, that is not on this list.
Okay. Is it...
I knew you loved Zack Snyder.
I don't. I just thought it did. I remember it doing really well when it first came out. Is it Red Notice?
No, Red Notice only did 12 days.
Okay.
So Red Notice is 12th out of the 14 movies.
I'm going to go
considering
earlier.
it is the most viewed Netflix movie of all time.
Yeah, I'm going to go earlier then. Is it Bird Box?
No, Bird Box isn't even on the list.
Okay, I don't know then.
It's a much more recent movie.
All right.
It's Carry On.
Oh, really?
21 days.
21 days at number 1.
At number 1.
They pitched that at the perfect time that movie came out, just before Christmas.
It's 3 days ahead of its nearest challenger, which was a tie between Don't Look Up and, unbelievably, the Mark Wahlberg movie Spencer Confidential, which both did 18 days.
Wow.
The Adam Project in 4th place, 15 days straight, and Glass Onion, 14 days straight, but rounds out the top 5.
Okay. I would never have put Spencer Confidential in there.
No.
Never. I would never have guessed that in a million years.
That's some interesting...
That is some interesting numbers.
Numbers there. Yeah.
I love a stat.
What would I say the most surprising movie in there is? Maybe The Mitchells versus the Machines. 14 days. Great movie.
I remember that doing really well when it came out.
Hubie Halloween, which is Adam Sandler's.
Yeah.
That was 14 days.
Was it really?
Yeah.
That's quite surprising.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Staying with Netflix, and news this week that Netflix has commissioned a reboot of a much-loved TV show.
Okay.
The TV show in question is The Little House on the Prairie.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Random.
Yeah, they have commissioned a reboot of Little House on the Prairie, and it will be showrun by Rebecca Sonnenschein, who has produced The Boys, Vampire Diaries, and most recently for Netflix, Archive 81.
That was good. Enjoyed that.
She will be moving to...
It's a very different... The
Plains.
There's very different show style. What was her name? Rebecca Sonnenschein.
Sonnenschein.
Oh.
Yes,
Sonnenschein.
you could pronounce it
That's
wrong
cute.
and say that. CBS Studios will produce. Ginny Howe, Vice President of Drama for Netflix, says Little House on the Prairie has captured the hearts and imaginations of so many fans around the world, and we are excited to share its enduring themes of hope and optimism with a fresh take. It's always a fresh take on this iconic story.
That's got to be 40 years since it finished. Has to be.
Yeah, sure. It was one of those shows, though, that was still on when we were a kid.
Yeah.
Like, on the Sunday morning where they, like...
But were they repeats, or was it still on?
Yeah. I'm sure they were repeats. Like, I don't know when the original thing actually ran. Netflix's...
I do. It started in 74 and ended in 83.
Okay. Netflix's official synopsis says... Part hopeful family drama, part epic survival tale, and part origin story of the American West, this fresh adaptation of Laura Ingalls Wilder's iconic semi-autobiographical Little House books offers a kaleidoscopic view of the struggles and triumphs of those who shaped the frontier.
Wow.
1930s and 40s, the books were originally published.
Okay. That's quite an interesting idea to reboot something that old and beloved.
It feels... I know we talked about this last week. Maybe I'm just, this is lazy criticism. That we talked about that sort of background viewing type stuff.
Yeah.
Feels like that's...
Yeah, like second screen viewing. Yeah. It feels like as well that if there are any lingering Little House fans still out there, which I'm sure there are, they're going to hate it. You know what I mean? It's like, don't touch my beloved to show that I've watched every day for 50 years.
They'll still be paying our TV license. Netflix has also released this week a first look and confirmed a premiere date for Toxic Town.
Toxic Town?
Yes, UK drama. Written by Jack Thorne, and it debuts on Netflix on Thursday, the 27th of February.
Not long.
It tells the story of a town's fight for justice after 19 children were born with deformities following a botched steelworks cleanup.
Okay.
Leading the cast are Jodie Whittaker, Brendan Coyle, Amy Lou Wood, Rory Kinnear, Robert Carlyle, and Claudia Jessie. Quite the cast.
That is quite the cast.
Yeah.
True story?
Yes.
Okay.
Jack Thorne himself said, "The Corby toxic waste case is one of the moments in history that is defining. It showed our ability to close our eyes and ears to the safety of our people. It also showed the remarkable way that people will fight for what's right." He then goes on to thank Netflix for giving him the opportunity to tell the story.
Fair.
First look at that has dropped end of February. We will see that. That's all the Netflix news.
Okay, cool.
Shall we transfer to the wider world of TV and movies?
That's what we're here for.
Let's start with something else that is getting a reboot.
Right.
But that we have not had to wait quite as long as for Little House on the Prairie.
Okay.
Because I feel like this thing is just constantly got something in this franchise is being released. Like
Star Wars?
Non-stop. No.
Okay.
Resident Evil.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
So, a bidding war is apparently underway for the next attempt to get a Resident Evil franchise off the ground.
Right.
And I hear you say, what makes this different from all the other attempts?
I was just about to say that.
Okay. Well, this reboot is being led by Zach Kreger, who is the director behind Barbarian.
Okay. Good film. Really
good
film. You've seen Barbarian?
Yes, I have.
Great, wasn't it?
He is pitching...
My chair's just broken. Bear with. I'm good.
He is pitching a new Resident Evil horror movie.
Okay. It's got to be a horror movie, hasn't it?
Yes. But we had the Netflix TV show, which I actually thought was all right.
Yeah.
The animated series as well. There was a movie as well that was unrelated to the Netflix show.
There's been loads of stuff, hasn't there?
I
feel like this chair's... Have you ever seen that clip of that guy on the news where he just falls under the camera? That's going to happen in a minute.
Shay Hatton will produce. He produced John Wick Chapter 4.
Okay.
And Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead.
Oh. Coincidence?
And yeah, I mean, I think I am more excited that it's coming from the guy who did Barbarian.
Yeah.
But it does feel like we've had a lot of goes at this thing.
Yeah. I mean, the thing as well is the canon and the story is all there. There's like 9 games or whatever there is.
Sure.
More than that now, probably. But it just seems so difficult to transfer.
You've got the evil corporation to...
Yeah. It just seems really difficult to transfer it to film, and I don't know why it's ever been that hard.
Do you think it's because all the adaptations are trying to sort of hedge their bets, and they don't... Are they hard enough?
Yeah, maybe.
You know, if you got to accept with this thing, make something good that might not get as... let's go R-rated and...
They try and make them different to the games as well, don't they? And it's like, just go all in and just make one of the games into a film.
The Hollywood Reporter says that Kreger's take is described as a revamp that will take the title to its horror roots and be more faithful to the initial Resident Evil games.
Oh, okay. The earlier ones.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll keep our eye on it.
I'll tell you who's a busy man.
Zack Snyder.
Sure he is, but that's not who I'm talking about this time. We talked just last week about this man for a couple of reasons.
Right.
First, because you had seen his most recent film.
Right.
I'm talking about Robert Eggers.
Yes.
And we talked about his next movie being a werewolf movie.
Yep.
Which he's lined up to start immediately. He has also signed up for his next movie after that.
Right.
And I would say it has been confirmed. It's not a reboot, but it is a sequel.
Right.
So he is stepping into someone else's sandbox, I guess. After he's finished Werewolf, he has just signed a deal with TriStar Pictures to write and direct a sequel to Labyrinth.
No way.
Yeah.
I fucking love Labyrinth. Such a good film.
He's fresh off his 4 Oscar nominations for Nosferatu.
I hadn't seen Nosferatu in last week's episode. I was going to see it.
Oh, okay.
And I said I'd talk about it this week.
Because
you just made me think, have I talked about this before?
Fine, you can tell us about it.
All this content in my head, and I'm like...
yes, a sequel to Labyrinth, and it will be produced by Chris Columbus, Lisa Henson, and Brian Henson.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited for that. I love that film.
A Labyrinth sequel / reboot has been turned over a lot. It feels like it's been rumbling on, and I'm giving it to Robert Eggers' going full on the sort of darkness.
Dark and horrorness. Yeah. You do it without David Bowie? You're going to have to try.
Yeah. Maybe they'll sort out a deal with his estate. And we'll get him. Yeah, who knows?
David Bowie AI.
Yeah. Very good.
Thanks.
Okay, someone else who has lined up his next project is none other than M. Night Shyamalan.
Okay.
He will be teaming up in somewhat of a delete as appropriate gimmick or inventive
Shyamalan's doing gimmick movies
approach. He will be working on a supernatural romantic thriller.
Okay.
Which he is in the process of co-creating with the best-selling novelist Nicholas Sparks.
Right.
Nicholas Sparks is the author behind The Notebook.
Are you saying Nicholas Sparks or Nicholas Parks?
Nicholas Sparks.
Oh, both.
Now, what's interesting is that although they have come up with the story together, they are independently writing a screenplay and a novel.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Based on the same
idea.
Love story, basically.
So it could be completely different.
Shyamalan's writing a novel. No, not really.
I was going to say, what? That's an even bigger twist. I like it. He loves a twist.
Yeah, that's what he'd want. Both projects, says Deadline, will be based on the same concept, same set of characters, but will be tailored to their respective mediums.
Okay.
And because he's not messing around, M. Night has already signed up his leading man.
Right.
And it will be none other than Jake Gyllenhaal.
Right, okay.
He is on board.
He's a good leading man. I like that. I think I like that idea.
You've got to do both then. You've got to watch the movie and read the book.
Yeah, I maybe won't do either, but I like the idea.
This is what happens.
They could be completely different.
This is what happens with M. Night.
Yeah, he does. He drags you in.
Do you think, no, I'm not going back?
Although, to be fair, his last film was okay. The one with Josh Hartnett in.
Oh, yes.
Trap.
Yeah.
That was okay, to be fair. If I was going to... Normally, I'd groan when you say his name. But I didn't this time.
Fine.
Because that was okay. But I like the idea that they could be completely different things.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, somehow related.
I'm intrigued.
Okay. So, Damien Leone has been talking this week about Terrifier 4.
Okay.
He's confirmed it was his birthday. And for his birthday, he decided on X to X and X.
The X to X.
Which was an X of the first front page of the script for Terrifier 4.
Right.
It is on its way. He said... the script is in the works and it's shaping up to be the most epic, thrilling, nasty, horrifying, emotional, and utterly satisfying conclusion.
Conclusion?
Yes.
We're done.
P.S. I will finally reveal Art the Clown's origin.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen all 3 Terrifier films. Some are better than others, and they're not as gruesome as people think they are. But I am kind of intrigued now to see how he finishes that up. And
sure.
Who is Art the Clown? That's what we all want to know.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, you may not have but a couple of years to wait to find out.
Yeah, it won't even be that long. You churn them out pretty quickly.
Next October?
Yeah.
I don't know, because he's got big money to play. He'll have big money to play with now.
He will. That's true.
Yeah.
You churn them out in a year, easy.
Okay, just a couple more. Sundance has been going on this week.
It has.
Sundance Film Festival. And so far, one of the biggest sales, depending on which side of the table you're on, has been the horror movie Together.
Right.
Which stars Dave Franco and Alison Brie.
Nice.
Husband and wife team. It's from first-time writer-director Michael Shanks and sparked a bidding war.
Oh.
Another one. Not clear what the final price tag was, according to Variety, but sources said the bidding was well over $10 million, and another source said the final price reached approximately $17 million, making it one of the richest deals in Sundance history.
Okay.
Together follows a codependent couple who move to the remote countryside to become even closer. And they do, on a nightmarish physical level, thanks to a supernatural force.
Oh, they're going to get conjoined.
Maybe.
Sounds like it.
Sunday night's premiere at Sundance was met with screams, laughs, and squirms of discomfort during the film's more sickening moments.
Oh, I quite like the idea of it, to be honest. I like those two as well.
Yeah.
Dave Franco's always fun, and Alison Brie's great.
Yeah. Maybe going to be.
Do we know who won the bidding war?
No.
Okay.
I don't have that in front of me.
Cool. We'll keep our eye out for it together.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's already made it. It's ready to go.
It's ready,
just got to find a release slot and
get it out this year.
Yeah, why not?
Cool.
Final piece of news.
Okay.
We are coming up to a big weekend for sports.
Are we?
The Super Bowl.
Yes, of course.
Next weekend. And Deadline is reporting several of the movie trailers we can expect to debut.
Always exciting.
During the best part of the Super Bowl, the adverts.
Half
time. About $8 million for a 30-second spot
it's mental,
this year.
It's crazy
apparently.
How much it costs.
Yeah, crazy. So, according to Deadline, we can expect to potentially see new or first looks at Disney's live-action Snow White, Lilo and Stitch, Marvel Studios movies, Captain America Brave New World, which is actually only out in a couple of weeks, more of Thunderbolts, and maybe even a first look at Fantastic Four.
Oh, okay. That'd be big news.
Which is due in July. Universal is expected to show footage of the live action How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay. Because
even they're getting on the live action stuff. What would be a first look at Jurassic World Rebirth.
Right.
Megan 2.
Freegan 2.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Megan. It's a good film.
And Mission Impossible Final Reckoning.
Okay. Big names there.
Yeah.
But you're going to get big name films at the Super Bowl, aren't you? You're not going to get some little indie projects.
No James Franco. No, not James Franco. Dave Franco body horror.
No, you're not going to get that at the Super Bowl.
At the Super Bowl.
Cool. Okay.
That's all the news.
Excellent. Good news. Well done. Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
I've only really watched The Night Agent.
Okay.
Because I've not quite finished it. I think I've got 2 or 3 episodes left because they're all quite long. Yeah. And there's 10 episodes.
Oh, is there 10?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And let me say, I've been a bit disappointed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I felt it is not as bombastic as the first series. And if anything, it's a bit boring.
Interesting.
Yeah. That
makes my life a little easier. I'm not going to lie.
It's not grabbed me. And it feels a lot smaller scale than the first season.
Right.
And, you catch up with Peter. He's been an agent for a year.
Yeah.
Everything goes wrong in the first episode. And it's a bit of that.
Have you done it all?
No.
Okay.
We've got about 2 or 3 episodes left. Right. So Rose is back from the first season, but they sort of are forced back together, which feels a bit unlikely, and it's kind of It's more of a 24 vibe.
Right.
You know, this sort of self-contained. It feels a bit smaller scale than the first season. I don't know. Maybe it's lacking that surprise factor as well.
Yeah, maybe.
And I just feel the chemistry is not that strong, and
interesting.
I was disappointed.
So 2 nights this week. I can't decide whether to watch that or Severance.
Okay.
Season 2 of Severance is out on Apple.
Yeah.
And so I haven't watched either.
Right.
Because I just can't decide. So that's made my mind up for me. Then I'm just going to watch Severance.
Watch Severance.
I'll watch Severance.
Yeah.
Okay. That pushes that down the list for me. I trust your opinion on things.
Okay.
Like that.
Many wouldn't, so.
No, I do. I do. I haven't watched a lot this week.
Okay.
Obviously, as I said, I've been away a couple of nights. Well, one night and doing other various bits and bobs. But I did watch Nosferatu.
Oh, yes.
As I said I was going to last week. And it's really good. And I really enjoyed it.
I sense that you were a bit, not apprehensive, but
I was a little bit.
You were maybe not that excited about it going in.
I think I was excited to see how you remake a 100-year-old film.
Sure.
More than I was to watch a remake of a 100-year-old film. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
And I really like Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah.
I think he's great. And so I went in with that mindset. Like, vampires and stuff have never really interested me before.
Okay.
I'm not a big vampire guy. But it's actually it's a really well-made film.
Were you unnerved?
Was I unnerved? That's a good
Is that the
That's
the
what
goal
they're
of
trying
it?
to do.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I ever was. I think I enjoyed this film because it's a good looking and well made film.
Yeah.
More than the story itself.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Bill Skarsgård is completely unrecognisable in it. You would not know it was him at all.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently he trained with an opera singer to lower his voice by an octave.
Oh wow.
To get the voice right for it. Which is like, how has this guy been overlooked in the award seasons?
That is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what's interesting me about it as well, because is it because he's Bill Skarsgård?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like I said, it's
a great performance.
That movie's got 4 Oscar nominations,
yeah,
but they're all sort of technical categories.
Which is fair,
yeah.
Because the cinematographer got one, the makeup and the hair and all that. They're completely thoroughly deserved from what I've seen this year. But I just don't know how he's being overlooked in
because he's not
category.
On.
He's
not just talking Oscars, like any of the award season. He's not.
No, I looked on because on IMDb you get a list of what it's been, and it's not like there's one for like best horror vampire movie or something that he's been nominated for. But yeah, it blew my mind a little bit when I was watching it. I was like, this is a great performance, and he's unrecognizable. Mm-hmm. So he's obviously gone for a lot of shit to get to this point as well, and he's just been completely overlooked, and it surprised me a little bit. Now I've seen it.
Yeah.
But I would recommend it. It's a good film, and it's weird thinking about how you remake a film that's over 100 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's weird as well thinking that there are films now that are over 100 years old. You know what I mean?
That time works, yeah.
Yeah, it's strange, but so I looked into that film as well and the stories of how that film was made, and that was quite interesting. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I'd recommend it.
Okay, good.
Pretty much, I think that's all I've watched though.
That's fine. You're allowed.
Yeah. Good. I finished season 3 of League of Gentlemen.
Oh, so excellent.
I've only got... There was a small season 4, if you remember. It came back like 6 or 7 years after it finished. So there's like 3 episodes. So I've got that to do and then I'm done with that.
How was season 3?
Excellent.
Yeah.
It's the best season of the League of Gentlemen, but it doesn't feel like you're watching the League of Gentlemen.
Yeah.
It's completely different to the other 2 seasons. And it's surprising that it didn't cause a bit more controversy at the time because it's... Most of your main characters are not in it.
Yes.
And it tells this one linear story from 6 or 7 different perspectives. And it's not like a sketch show anymore. It's like a proper drama. It's not even a sitcom. It's not really even funny.
Yeah.
It's just... And it was so completely different to the first 2 seasons. It's surprising it didn't get more controversy at the time.
Yeah. Are you going to do the movie as well?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think that comes now.
Right, okay.
I think that comes before the final 3 episodes that they did. Because they were in 2017.
Oh, really?
I think the movie came before that.
Awesome.
But I need to check my timelines.
Sure.
Then I'm going to do Psychoville.
Yeah, nice.
Then I'm going to do Inside Number 9.
Yeah.
All of it. And hopefully before I get to go and watch Inside Number 9 in March, which I'm really excited for.
Brilliant.
That's it. That's all I've been watching.
Good.
Right. What are we doing now? Shall we go through what's coming to Netflix in February?
Sounds good to me.
You don't have it. I have it. So I will read it to you and you can react accordingly. And I expect you to react.
Sure, I will.
February the 1st. What have we got? Here's something interesting. Hunt is a movie from 2022.
Okay.
South Korean.
Mm-hmm.
Stars Lee Jong-jae.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's him before Squid Game. It's the guy from Squid Game before he made Squid Game. So I think they're obviously just like, chuck some Korean content in there. Because also coming is Missing the Other Side, which is the first season of a South Korean drama following a con artist who encounters a hidden village where the souls of missing persons call home.
Oh, wow.
Korean as well. That'd be great.
Spectral.
I'm excited for that. Naruto season 3 is coming.
Yep.
Obviously the Royal Rumble that night.
Okay.
February the 1st. First time the Royal Rumble's ever been in February.
Right.
First time the Royal Rumble's ever been on Netflix. And it's their first big live event for the WWE. So that's a big deal. That's coming. Another Japanese anime, Rurouni Kenshin. That's coming. 5th of February, Celebrity Bear Hunt, Season 1.
Do you know what I actually saw when I was driving home from work today? I saw this in a bus stop.
Oh, did you really?
A massive poster.
So this is a reality survival series where a team of celebrities take on challenge set by Bear Grylls. And he's going to hunt them down.
Yes.
And if they are caught, they are eliminated.
Eat them.
And eats them. He is going to eat them. Amy Schumer's got a new comedy starting, Kinda Pregnant.
Yes, now that seems to be every time Netflix is on, where it just scrolls through the posters on your TV. Coming. That's all over my. Do you like a synopsis? Business. Yes, please. Comedy starring Amy Schumer as Lainey Newton, who starts wearing a false belly after becoming jealous of her best friend's pregnancy, and then inadvertently meets the man of her dreams. Oh. There's a Mexican crime thriller called Prison Cell 211. Nice.
Apple Cider Vinegar Season 1 is coming. Caitlin Dever stars as Belle Gibson, a woman who pretends to suffer from cancer and used her large social media following to pretend to keep the disease under control with self-care therapies.
Wow.
I presume that's a true story. The League of Super Pets.
That's
the film that's coming from 2022. Just keep going. Adventures of Super Monkey?
Sure.
Japanese adventure.
Super Monkey or Super Pets? What would you rather watch?
I'm just looking. There's a lot of Japanese stuff coming. 2 seasons of Sick Note are coming. That's a British sitcom starring Rupert Grint.
Oh, right. Okay.
Never heard of it.
That'll be they'll have done something with Sky, because it will be a Sky One sitcom, I bet you.
Probably. Do you want the synopsis?
Yes.
British sitcom starring Rupert Grint as Daniel Glass, who is misdiagnosed with terminal cancer. But upon realising those around him were treating him better when they thought he was dying, he decides not to tell. Oh, that's similar to that one we've just heard of there. Yeah. Surviving Black Hawk Down.
Yes,
that's coming. We did mention it a few weeks ago. That's the documentary about the big one, February the 13th. Cobra Kai, season 6, part 3.
Wow.
The climatic end and the final showdown between Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai in the Saikai Taikai.
I mean, I don't know how you're going to top the ridiculous fight scene at the end of the last episode, but
not a clue.
We'll give it a go.
There's a trailer out there as well if you want to see that, or I think it's just a date announcement. Love is Blind, season 8.
I've not seen the first 7.
That comes on Valentine's Day. That comes out.
It's good scheduling.
There's 2 romantic comedies and that coming on Valentine's Day. It's a Taiwanese romantic comedy and a Spanish romantic comedy.
Or Cobra Kai.
The day before. Court of Gold is a sports docu-series following the men's basketball team who took part in the 2024 Paris Olympic Games.
Okay.
Oh, this is the big one though. The big new series of February is Zero Day.
Oh yes, this is Bobby De Niro's first.
Listen to this cast: Robert De Niro, Jesse Plemons, Liza Kaplan, Angela Bassett, and Connie Britton.
Nice,
all in that. That comes on the 20th of February.
You can find a trailer.
There is a trailer on this page in front. Yeah. 24th of February, the 31st annual Screen Actors Guild Awards.
Lovely.
That's Netflix's second year in a row of hosting the awards. And I think that's pretty much it.
Not bad for a...
Bless you.
Not bad for a short month.
yeah, that's quite a lot of stuff coming.
I mean,
Cobra Kai, obviously the big one.
It is. It's a bit sort of. I'm glad. It's time for Cobra Kai to finish.
Yeah, 100%. I couldn't agree more. It is definitely time for Cobra Kai.
And then in 4 or 5 months, old LaRusso's back in the Karate Kid movie.
Yeah.
Which is that in the same universe as Cobra Kai?
Its universe is colliding, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because Thingy's back as well, isn't he? Jackie Chan.
Yes.
And they're different universes.
Yeah.
So it's like the Cobra Kai multiverse is happening. So maybe like some people from Cobra Kai will turn up in and not know who LaRusso is. It'll be all crazy. Cool. Right. We got anything else to do?
I think.
We're pretty much there.
Yeah, we've just left to say come back on Thursday.
Yeah.
Like we say, it's not a movie show this week. We'll be talking a bit about what we are fondly and not so fondly remembering from season 11. Maybe have a look. Did we get anything wrong? Or did we get anything too right?
If you aren't new around here, it's probably a good jumping in point because you can find out what goes on the show regularly and also find out some of the films we've watched lately.
Sure.
And then you can be there ready waiting for next week when season 12 starts. Yeah. And we'll do this all over again.
We sure will. And we wouldn't have it any other way.
Absolutely not. So yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, tell your nan, leave a comment, do all the stuff that you normally do with YouTube videos. Ding the bell thingy, whatever that does. Do all of that. Join us back there on Thursday on the podcast for the recap, and then season 12 will start next week when we'll be back on Monday for another episode of Bottom of the Stream with Adam and Nick, and next Thursday for the start of season 12.
Cheers!
Bye!